And here we go. We are ready to invite our fighters to the cage. First, ladies and gentlemen, entering to the blue corner, joining us from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, introducing Routh. And now entering to the red corner, please welcome from Naples, Florida, Crafton Wallace.
Routh and Crafton Wallace, the tail of the tape from Phil Barone.
Ray Routh is a slight height disadvantage. Not really slight, because he's a short fight evade, if you know what I mean. And Wallace is a tall 6 foot. Weight is the same, 190, 192. Ages are similar, 36 and 33 years of age. Both fighters undefeated.
5-minute rounds of action. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5 feet 1.5 inches. He weighed in at 190 pounds, representing the disciplines of wrestling and submission fighting. His undefeated record stands at 8 wins, no losses. Representing Lions Den, Idaho, please welcome, joining us from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, the undefeated Ray Routh. And his opponent across the cage on my left, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 6 feet even and weighed in at 192 pounds. Trained in the discipline of Muay Thai, his record stands at 6 wins, 1 defeat, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Inferno Muay Thai and hailing from Naples, Florida, please welcome the ISKA Florida Muay Thai Cruiserweight Champion, introducing Crafton Wallace. A referee in charge of this bout, John Shorley, now to give instruction.
You guys give me a good, clean fight. Touch gloves, good luck. Okay?
This event has grabbed the Bay Area by storm. Chuck Norris is even in the house on his birthday as we get underway for our first fight. There you see Ray Routh in the white trunks, Crafton Wallace in the black trunks. 3 5-minute rounds.
Routh, a training partner of Trevor Prime, took this fight on short week notice, and he's going to look to finish it fast. Watch for the big head and arm throw. He's not a stand-up fighter.
No, it's a traditional grappler against a kickboxer. You see Wallace, the kickboxer, he's the taller fighter, but look at the wrestler. Ray Routh, this is a great wrestler, an NAIA champion, has some submissions as well from what we hear. He's a perfect 8-0. So will the kickboxer win or will be the wrestler? This is a traditional battle here.
If you talk to the wrestlers, they'll say they'll win every time.
Well, so far he can't take down the kickboxer, which is a problem, but he is settling down here. That's going to be interesting if Wallace, well, now Wallace is on his back.
Wallace is down on his back, and when you get a grappler on top of you, they often don't let go.
They don't, and bottom line, we're going to find out what kind of ground skills Wallace has.
Well, Wallace maybe is going to have to punch his way out of here. He's got his hands free, but then that will open up his neck and other areas for submission.
Well, right now he's showing the guard. He's got his legs closed, so he doesn't want the wrestler to get up any further than he is. So it kind of stops the motion right now.
And Phil, one of the first things you told me is a lot of times the guy on top is not the one with the advantage. So fans got to look out for that.
In this case, I believe he is the one in the advantage.
Yeah.
He's the wrestler. He's looking ground and pound Wallace. Wallace is the stand-up fighter. He needs to be back on his feet. He looks like he's using a closed guard to get the fight stood up.
Isn't it the case that when you've got a ground fighter and you got a stand-up fighter, most of the the time they're going to end up on the ground, though. It's easier to take somebody down than stay on your feet.
It depends. So not if you're fighting Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, okay.
Some stand-up fighters have great takedown defense.
Yeah, bottom line, if you can sprawl on as a striker, that can definitely help you out. But right now, I like what Crafton's doing, though. He's tying this up. If there's not enough action, he'll stand it back up. So he's trying to stall here and get this fight back to his feet. But a great right hand there by Wallace.
Yeah, Wallace in good position, on top in the white trunks, in perfect position to throw those big punches.
Yeah,
Routh is, I'm sorry.
He's got to keep posturing up the way he is there and drop down the big bows like he's doing.
Wallace now trying to throw some tight elbows to Routh on top.
Yeah, he's taking his time, but you don't want to stay in this position too long because you can see the big fella Ray there popping those big right hands that can split you open. And, I mean, the fight can end on a cut, a KO. There's so many ways it can end here.
John Shorley is the third man in the cage. He's our referee, keeping a close eye on these fighters.
Wallace don't look as much offense from the bottom. He's looking just to stall us out and get it restarted. So Routh got to be working, be busy, because he doesn't want this fight back on the feet.
5-minute round, scheduled for 3 rounds. But right now, Wallace on his back, and he's having difficulty getting away from a very determined Ray Routh.
You know, I was talking with Trevor Prangley, who's in Ray Routh's corner, and he told me, you know, he's such a great wrestler. He's got nice ground and pound, but he wants to see him evolve. He wants to see him continue to do more from this position. You want to stay active, you want to stay aggressive. You know, Trevor said Ray's good, but he can be better. He depends so much on his own athletic ability instead of progressing as a fighter. So we'll see how Ray does tonight.
Wallace doing a good job stalling action. Crowd starting to boo. They might be getting ready for a stand-up here.
There's a cut on the top of the head now of Ray Routh. It must have been one of those elbows because he's bleeding a lot on the top of that head there.
Maybe it's blood from Routh trickling down as well. And now John Shorley does step in to separate the fight.
Yeah, there's a cut on the top of the head of Ray Routh that is bleeding now into the eye. But like I said, it's in a good position because it's so high up.
Yeah, it's just a stand-up. He just started the fight. There's a lull in the action.
Routh in the white trunks, Wallace in the black trunks, and immediately Routh shoots down on the legs and tries to pick up and throw Wallace.
Yeah, Wallace got a nice
kick. Wallace switches things around now, and it's Wallace who's working on Routh.
And now Routh is starting to slow down a little bit here. This is what you want if you're Crafton Wallace.
Yeah, like I said, Routh took the fight on short notice, so, you know, his gas tank is going to be full.
He shoots in again, a single leg takedown that time, and nice job by Wallace to sprawl out. That's what we talked about earlier. If he can effectively sprawl, he's going to have a good time in this fight.
The more Routh fatigues, the less takedown ability he's going to have. The slower his shot's going to be, and he's not going to be as explosive.
The key for Wallace perhaps was just to survive this first 5 minutes, let Routh burn himself out, and then take the advantage.
And right now, if he could just stand up a little bit, you can't land knees when your opponent's on the ground. Now when he's standing, you can. So Wallace now look at him. Now he's ready to go. Now, you mentioned it, Phil. Ray looks tired. He looks tired, and this is not a good sign.
Good luck by Wallace.
No, and Wallace is obviously has the advantage striking.
He turned his head. I mean, that's not a good sign to defend. Just
Cardinal rule. Don't do that. Under 10 seconds now to go in round number 1.
Crafton, if he continues to land some shots, he's going to win this round. I mean, if he can land some more effective shots to finish strong, he might be able to pull out of this round.
Yeah, he might be able to pull it out. He stole the round at the end.
End of round number 1.
That's a tough round. That's a tough round to judge. You got to give Routh, you know, points for the takedowns. But here we see the initial takedown. It's an over-under, basically a trip. He just horsed him, really.
And then it was Routh peppering away, trying to get the advantage on Wallace for about 2.5 minutes after that.
Yeah, this was the best part of the round for Routh. It was these takedowns early on. Here's well, you saw the second takedown. It looked like Wallace wanted to try to land a guillotine, but not from that angle. That angle, you cannot pull it off, but he did a nice job spinning around. Stands up later in the fight, landed some great shots. There's a nice left cross there that landed. And I'm looking at body language between these two fighters, how this fight ended. Wallace right now is jumping around in his corner. I'm telling you right now, Crafton Wallace, his body language tells me he's ready to go 3 rounds if he has to. And Ray right now is exhausted, as Phil pointed out. He took this fight on short notice. I don't know. He's got to get the fight down to the ground if you're Ray Routh.
Yeah, he's a tough guy, and he needs this fight to be on the ground. He definitely needs it to be on the ground right now.
That was a tough fight around to score. But I think the back half of it goes to Wallace, which gives him the advantage going here into the round number 2. And Routh cannot protect himself. against this good
He's
set
hurt.
of fire.
He's hurt. John Shorty's looking at him. He kicked him. Was it a low blow? I thought it was a shot to the midsection.
Yeah, it looked like a shot to the body. He reacted. The referee might have thought it was a low blow.
Yeah, but John.
Communication. Wallace should have jumped on him.
Yeah, he should have, because John Shorty didn't give a warning or anything. I think it was a legal kick, and he just.
Nice knees. Using his tie clinch. Nice knees.
And Wallace adjusts. There you go. Shorty steps in, and that is the fight. The Muay Thai knee from Crafton Wallace puts a close to this fight quickly.
And Lon, it was the kick to the midsection that started that whole barrage. Give you another look here. I mean, nice uppercut there that stunned him.
Well, Routh couldn't finish up that
Watch
charge,
the kick.
though.
It was a perfectly legal kick. It just doubled him over. Lon, it's like, you've heard this analogy. It's like getting hit with a baseball bat.
You know the old saying, kill the body and the head will die, and that's basically what happened. Took Routh out of the fight, and he finished him with the knees to the head.
Well, Routh had so much taken out of him in that first round.
The winner by way of knockout, Crafton Wallace.